outstanding food, amenities, entertainment, perfect seas, sunshine, warm, sunny Caribbean weather. Other than that, Dave, I can't think of a reason to be excited about it.
Well, everybody, let me just introduce Doc Fran. If you're new to this webinar, we have a lot of people from all over the world right now on this webinar. And Doc Fran is basically, I like to say he's a legend in the industry. You know, Doc has been in this industry for over 33 years. What Doc doesn't know about this industry, you probably don't need to know because he's done it for so long. You know, at one point in his career, he actually was bringing in over 9,000 people a month into one of his teams. He's been the top guy in 4 different companies. And he's just a great guy, full of integrity. If you meet this guy, you just can't help but love this guy here, Doc Fran. So, Doc, go ahead and let's get this thing started, shall we?
We shall. And, Dave, thanks for the kind introduction. You know, and coming from you, I really value it because, folks, Dave, as many of you are experiencing, and if you don't know, is just a phenomenon in the industry himself. He's been 12 years in it. He's a young guy. He's been a great student of the industry based on results. He's been the top earner in 7 different companies that he's been in over the 12 years, and he has earned his, in the order of $400,000 a month in personal income. So if anybody understands how to work the compensation plans in this business, in this home-based business industry, it's a privilege. And what I've found is that in addition to being a recognized expert as an internet marketer, Dave not only possesses that high-tech side of business, which is so important for us as we're going to discover tonight, but he also is extraordinarily personable, high-touch leader, mentor, and coach. So it's been a pleasure working with him over the last 11, 12 weeks, and I'm looking forward to years of successful interaction and friendship. So I'm really delighted that you guys are here tonight. And you know, people often ask me, how do I pick companies? Now, as Dave mentioned, I've been in the industry for 33 years. I've been blessed with some very large teams, which is, I think, primarily grace of God, a solid, consistent work ethic, and just the quality of people that I've been blessed to meet and interact with over the years. But when I look at a company, folks, I really look solidly on the value behind those companies. And I would like to think that I've probably done a fairly good job, because most of us, if you've had success in the industry, you know that basically 98% of the companies today, used to only be 95% of the companies in our industry, fail to survive past 3 to 5 years. And now 98% of them fail within 3 years. And there's some real reasons for that. So I feel quite happy with the fact that out of the 6 companies that I have built prior to my fun life, 4 are still in business, and 3 are still paying me and my teams residual income now for up to 20 years. So I've been blessed in being able to pick companies that have staying power in our industry. And one of the first things that I look at is for the value in 5 different areas of a company: their product, the company itself, the compensation plan, the systems that they have in place for our operations, and finally, the team that's inviting me to take part in this particular company. And I have to tell you, folks, that this webinar tonight is really going to be spent on showing you the extraordinary value in all 5 of those areas as I began to experience it, as I viewed it from the beginning, and now in 12 weeks of operations, found that the value even exceeds what I had seen and hoped for in the beginning. And the first thing I love is a product. I believe in building businesses, and businesses are entities that you can put time and effort into for a period of time and have a reasonable expectation that you will derive income from them over a long period of time. And to me, that's the purpose of our industry. Well, if you don't have a product in your company that people will buy and use independent of the fact that they might make some money with it in the compensation plan, in my opinion and in my experience, you don't really have a company. You have a linear income based on your recruiting abilities. And many companies have their compensation plan set up so that all of the money is at the front end of the plan based on your ability to recruit people. And so if that's where the money is, what you find is that once you run out of your ability to recruit, your income disappears, and you're on to the next linear recruiting compensation plan so that you can keep your income going. And I like stability. I'm a long-term relationship person. I like to build businesses that will provide a long-term stable business income for myself and my team members. And I think you're going to see tonight that My Fun Life has a product that exchanges in abundance in value for the cost. And the next thing that I really loved is I love the name of the company, My Fun Life. I mean, I believe that life is supposed to be fun. And how many of us have experienced that, you know, there's a lot of challenges in life that may knock us off of the fun side of that equation if we choose to focus on those. And so I was immediately intrigued to join a company called My Fun Life. And one of the most fun things in life to do, in my opinion, is travel. And I'm sure that many of you would agree, if not all of you. And so it brought up what I saw as, you know, a problem today for people, and that is that people love to travel, whether it's for business or personal reasons or vacation, and yet how many of you have experienced that the expense of travel is getting significant today and may be a deterrent to many people? How many of you are aware that we had a little event in our American life, and in fact the world's economic life, in 2008, and we have a downturn in our economic conditions which had broad-based impacts and are still being felt today. And so even if you have the time to go on travel and vacation and relaxation time, you may be reluctant to do it because you're working harder to earn the money that you need to support the lifestyle that you already have. So one of the things that excited me about this is the fact that My Fun Life and our corporate team has put together a business model that truly impacts on both of those problems and can offer a solution in a single vehicle. Now, we have an outstanding corporate team, and when I looked at this, the first thing that I liked was the fact that they were all young. and you know, the younger people are, the more work ethic they tend to have, and the more excitement and hope for the future and zeal, etc. And so even though they're young, when you read their backgrounds, it's absolutely extraordinary. They're all extremely accomplished corporate and internet and home-based business leaders. And these are important to us because they not only have success in traditional brick-and-mortar businesses, in running corporate businesses at high levels of dollars and high levels of success, but they've also all had experience building teams in the field in network marketing companies, and that formed part of the genesis as to why our owners and corporate team got together to form My Fun Life. Now, you know, folks, I'm sure you're all aware that there's a lot of factors today affecting successful business, not only in the brick-and-mortar arena, but also in our internet and home-based business arena. Next slide, Dave. And, you know, when you look at the fact that today we have the internet, which has been around about 15 years now, social media, which has been around about 6, viral marketing, which is a new term that's coming onto the scene, and mobile apps, you can understand why staying current and being able to remain successful in a changing business environment can be a challenge. And one of the things that I loved about this company is you have to have an awareness of those factors and or a working knowledge of those factors, or you have to find a company that has both of those and has incorporated it into their business system. And that's what we find here in My Fun Life. The owners of this company have been working over the last 2 years to put together the infrastructure of this company, and they put together something which I think is truly amazing. And when I first saw this slide, I love that last sentence there, Dave, where it says 2 billion apps are downloaded every day, you know, and every month, and soon to be every week. Well, the new data that I learned from Dan Edwards, our owner, is that we've now hit 1 billion apps a week being downloaded worldwide. So that's amazing. Now, the thing that struck me funny is that the apps wasn't even a word in the English language 6 years ago. So for those of you on the phone that are over 20 or 30 or 35 years of age, apps stands for applications. And applications are simple, small computer programs that are designed to do a specific function. Now, it may be something as simple as computing your income tax in a TurboTax program. It could be something as simple as completing your enrollment into My Fun Life. Or it could be something purely built for entertainment, like a game. How many of you are aware of all of these games that are available around the world? Well, to give you an idea of the value of apps, I'm going to focus in on one game called Candy Crush. Now, the owner of this game gives that app away for free. And what I understand from people who play this game is that it is as addictive as golf. And you reach levels of difficulty, and sometimes you can work through them and go to the next level, or you can spend 20 cents or 99 cents or small little amounts of money and buy your way to the next level to continue your progress in the game. Well, folks, this little app that the guy gives away for free, with its hundreds of millions of players around the planet today, earns the owner of that app $850,000 a day in income. You know, if that doesn't communicate the power of apps, the next slide will. How many of us missed the ride and the tsunami, the wave, the trend on Facebook and Google and Microsoft? You know, unless we were there, you know, at the time that these businesses were the thought in the mind of the creator and owners of those companies, we are not going to become multimillionaires and billionaires the way those people did by being at the right time in those trends. The good news is, folks, that apps is the emerging trend, and we are at the perfect time to ride this tsunami in terms of apps. And I'm so excited that you're on the phone here tonight. My Fun Life is actually a mobile app development company. We will be releasing up to 10 applications over the next 5 to 10 years, and each one will be patterned on our first app that we're going to talk about tonight. And the pattern is very simple. We are going to provide a product, a good, or a service that everybody needs, wants, and buys on a daily basis. And you can get that product, good, or service at greatly reduced pricing and with cash back for using the app to buy it. So our first application, our owners are brilliant again. If you're going to want to build a big business, doesn't it make sense to find a product that has huge appeal and is a huge market? Travel is a $6.3 trillion a year industry, folks, and our first application is a cha-ching booking engine and fun trips and fun condos, My Fun Travel, where you can literally save money on your business, personal, and vacation travel worldwide by booking through our cha-ching booking engine. Now, I want to focus, Dave, in the beginning here, just on the cha-ching booking at first. And why do I want to do this? Well, many of us on the call are used to using travel engines on the internet today. We have Travelocity, Expedia, Priceline, Orbitz, Kayak. There's probably 30 or 50 different booking engines available to us, and they all offer discounts at varying degrees to you as the consumer. What distinguishes cha-ching booking from all the others out there is two things. One is that we match or beat the pricing in my experience over the last 12 weeks, about 90 or up to 95% of the time in terms of the cost that we can find, the price for airline, hotel, rental cars, trips, whatever. What really distinguishes us from the others, however, is that we offer cash back on your own usage of that booking engine. So not only do you get deep discounts on any travel that you book through Cha-Ching, but you will also, after you take that travel, get a small cashback rebate for using Cha-Ching booking. And so this is the only travel engine out there that pays you back when you travel. And it really is this simple, folks. You simply book your vacation, you take your vacation, and then you enjoy it and get cash back after you come back. And so that's pretty extraordinary. And then when you understand that you can actually use this Cha-Ching booking engine for free, that makes it even more extraordinary. So here's some of the examples. Airfare. Airfares are very competitive. And so one of our members went on and they were researching a flight from Nashville to San Francisco. The best price they could find anywhere on the internet was on Orbitz for $491. Through our Cha-Ching booking engine, the exact identical flight was $444, nearly $50 savings on that single trip. So folks, if you can use a travel engine for free, save $50 on the trip, and then get a small cashback rebate on top of that savings, can you understand that people are going to use our engine preferentially once they've had experience with it the first time? In addition, I mentioned you can book hotels. We have contractual relationships with up to 30,000 hotels worldwide, and we're so confident about our pricing on hotels that we actually offer a best rate guarantee. If you pay for a hotel through Cha-Ching booking and then find that you could have booked it for a lower rate, Cha-Ching will give you back 110% of the difference guaranteed. So folks, it simply doesn't get any better than that. There is no risk. You are absolutely getting nothing but solid value for booking your travel through our travel engine. Now, what if there's something more than that? We saw that there's fun trips and fun travel. So I have a kind of a question for each of you. Would you trade $25 for hundreds and even thousands of dollars, not only in savings on your travel, but also potentially in earnings for being part of our trip? And so, Dave, what I'd love for you to do is take over here and kind of show our members, our listeners here tonight and our guests, the value of being a $25 paid member in our My Fun Life Travel Club.
All right, everybody, I'd be glad to, Doc. What our product is for $25, everyone, is we offer a few different things. We offer something called Fun Trips and something called Fun Condos. And it's really accessing high-level VIP travel that most people can never get or didn't even know was out there. And when you see some of these deals tonight, they're going to totally blow you away. I travel a ton, and I just couldn't believe the deals. And I thought I knew how to shop for travel online until I got here and saw this. And the way I really like to explain this is, before I even get into the trip costs, is a real simple example here. If you walked into your mall and you went to buy a pair of Prada sunglasses, and you walked into the Sunglass Hut, and they were $300, and you walked down to the mall to another kiosk, and they had the exact same pair of Prada sunglasses, everything being 100% identical, and their price was $150. Where would you buy it? I'm thinking, of course you're going to buy it at the kiosk. Why would you overpay? Then so many people are overpaying because they just don't understand the value and what's available to them. So for $25, we have deals like this. Carnival Cruise Line, $139. That's not $139 a night. That's $139 for the whole cruise. We've had cruises as cheap as $59 for the cruise. Doc Fran just got back from one of these, so he can tell you it's definitely the real deal. I love this. March 14th through the 21st, a week in Cancun. What happened to this slide? Cancun, Mexico. $4.99. I want you to notice something here. At the bottom of the slide, it says cost per room, not per person. And it sleeps up to 4 people per room. So you can actually go down there with another couple, split that $4.99, and pay $250 a week to stay at a luxury condo there, and it's at the Mayan Palace. It's a 5-star luxurious resort. It's regularly $465 a day, and our price is $4.99 for a week. Then we have what we call fun condos. Fun condos are basically all the condos and timeshares, over 400,000 of them, all across the world, except you do not have to pay the high timeshare costs. We'll get into that later. But for example, here we pull it up. You can actually look by location. If you wanted to go to Bahamas on a certain date, you see all these different places you can go to, what the retail price is and what the wholesale price is. It gets even better than that, though, because once a week we come out with what we call Sizzle Weeks. And these are our newest Sizzle Weeks here. And you will see on here all these different locations. I'll just read a couple for you. There's Aruba, there's California, Oregon, Hawaii, Spain, Mexico, Colorado, Arkansas, Nevada, France, Florida, and a bunch of really great places for super cheap prices. And I'm going to get into a couple of these examples right now. Okay, let's look at one of these here. The Mar Vial in Mexico was a great resort. Okay, I looked it up on Tripwires, I think that's what it's called, and they show me all the lowest prices. So all the lowest prices here, the lowest price was $203 per night to stay in Mexico. So I times that by 7 days. The lowest price available on the internet was $1,421 for 7 days. My Fun Life 7-day price, believe it or not, $99 for an entire week. That's a savings of $1,322. I mean, absolutely crazy savings. Well, here's a Marriott Vacation Club in the Aruba. This is actually on this week's Sizzle Weeks right here at the top. It's at Palm Beach, 2-bedroom, sleeps up to 6 people. $299 is what we charge for 7 days. Well, again, I went online. Let's see the cheapest price. The cheapest price is actually, they were all pretty similar, $332 a night. So you times that by 7 days, it's $2,324. Our price at $299, that's a savings of $2,025. You guys realize if you just took those 2 trips, that's about a $3,300 savings, $3,300 in your pocket that people are overpaying. How about this, France? Who wouldn't want to go to France? Now, this was an interesting website. The Marriott Vacation Club, again, said they had the cheapest price. But when you go on the website, it said $159, but that was euros. So I did the conversion. 159 euros equals $1.35. So it's actually $214.49 American. Our price, $375 a week. Marriott price, $1,500. A savings of $1,126.43. So just those 3 trips alone is what? For about $4,500, almost $5,000 in your pocket. Now, if you can realize that and realize that it's only $25 a month to access this level of travel, who wouldn't do it? I mean, you would do this whether there was an income opportunity or not just to save money, but I'm just going to have some fun here. I'm going to divide $4,500. I'm going to divide that by cost a month. That would pay for 180 months of service, which equals almost 15 years of my fun life. Okay, so if you're looking at anything, that's crazy. And then I didn't even do this one yet. This is one of my favorite trips. TripAdvisor, you're looking at the Atlantis, the real famous resort in the Bahamas that you've seen in the movies. Now, they have condos that they own called the Harborside Resort. It's actually owned by the Atlantis on the same Atlantis property. And online price is $341 is the lowest price per night. Our price, $375 a week, a savings of $2,012. So now I think we're up to over $6,000 in savings just taking vacations. You know what's sad is a lot of people here in the United States anyway, sometimes they get a week or 2 weeks a year vacation. They're working 40 hours a week for 40 years of their life, and they're actually allowed to take a week or 2 off. And you realize that a lot of people, they never go anywhere. They literally just sit at home for that week because they don't think they don't know that these prices are out there. And they think that travel is too expensive. They think that they have to go out there and spend $2,000. They didn't realize they could go somewhere for $375. There's so many people that would be taking vacations if they just knew they had access. And so what this product here is literally the path of least resistance. It's the easiest home business I've ever done because not everybody's into health and fitness. Not everybody's into skincare. Not everybody's into, drinking a juice or whatever. But everybody loves to travel. And we're literally not trying to get money out of people's pockets. If you really look at this business right, we are putting money back in people's pockets. How hard do you think it is to build a business when you're giving money back to somebody? It's hard to build a business when you're trying to take money, but if I just showed you how I could put $6,000 back in your pocket, how hard is that? And for people that get started in this business for as little as it costs as a pizza, that just makes a lot of sense. There's things called timeshares out there, and timeshares cost $10,000 to $50,000. I actually have people in my personal group that they own a company that they literally get people out of timeshares. And they were telling me all the horror stories of people that have these timeshares that they couldn't get out of. The thing about a timeshare is not only are they $10,000 to $50,000, but then you have to pay a monthly maintenance fee. And then let's say you had one over in Myrtle Beach, and you wanted to go to Florida instead. Well, they'll actually charge you to switch locations to go from Myrtle Beach to go to Florida. And then if you can't make it, you got to rent that thing out or try to recoup your money and actually have to do that. They are such a pain in the neck, and people don't realize that because the sales pitches are awesome. They get involved, and they really, really just spend all that money. I mean, can you imagine someone walking out of a timeshare convention and spending $50,000, and you show them for $25? They could go to the same exact location that they just bought for maybe as little as $99 a week and pay no maintenance fees and never have to rent it out and don't have that big bill coming in every month. I mean, they'd fall on the floor, and that's what we're offering here. I mean, it's such a value here. Now, I love this slide. This slide makes a lot of sense. A lot of people in a lot of these other businesses, a lot of other business opportunities charge a lot more up front. There are several out there today that are over $300, $500, $1,000. Some are charging you more than that to get you to sign up in their business. And that's a lot of money. And some people don't necessarily have it. But then on top of that, they have auto ships. And a lot of their auto ships is $70, $100, $150, making you buy a product every month. We have a joke in this industry that's called Garage Qualified. And we've all been part of one of these companies, and maybe we weren't really excited about the product so much, and we got the box and we didn't even open it up, and we tossed it in the garage. And then you do that for about 3 or 4 months. And if that product has really not got you excited, and if you're not making the money you want to make, a lot of people cancel their business after 4 months or to get that product. Well, let me ask you a question. When I show you $6,000 savings for 83 cents a day, there's not very many people that cancel this business. And the thing about it is, realistically, how many trips to Cancun are you going to put in your garage? How many cruises are you going to put in your garage? How many, chances you got to go to the Bahamas? You going to put that in your garage? I don't think so. See, so people in My Fun Life, they're excited because our product is something they actually want, and the savings is so huge. I mean, these people could actually go around smiling. Can you imagine going to a resort where everybody else around you paid $2,000 and you paid $375? You're going to feel pretty darn good about yourself, and that's a product that you will not want to get rid of. So right now we have 5 different ways that we pay, because that's a lot of you are on this webinar right now. We've already talked about the Cha-Ching booking engine, you getting cash back for travel. We have a 3x10 force matrix we pay every month. We have a check match bonus we pay monthly, a coded bonus we paid weekly, and a car bonus. So we'll get into all these here. One of the first things I love in this business is this. We don't want you to spend money. We want you to make money, and we want you to put money back in your pocket as quick as possible. Most people that they buy a brick and mortar business, it takes up to 2 years to pay off that investment. Well, get this, everybody. If you get in this business for a measly $25, 83 cents a day, and you find 3 people that understand that mobile apps are the hottest trend,
and understand that they want to travel and save thousands and thousands on their travel. Understand ground floor timing. Understand they want to make money. Understand that they want a free car. If you can find people just like that that have $25 and you find 3 of them to do this your first 7 days, you're going to make your $25 back. We're going to give you your investment back. And then you're sitting in the business for that 30 days for free. Okay, that's unheard of. Most people, you know, we've had people actually do it within their first hour. And that gets really, really exciting. And as you can see by this slide here, a 3x10 force matrix, every level is just 3 times bigger than the level prior to it. You can see this thing starts to duplicate over and over and over again. And you can earn $1 a level. On level 7, you're earning $2 a level. And this thing actually, when this thing is full, can actually pay out over $91,000 a month. Now, you're wondering if this thing can actually fill. I'm going to tell you right now, when we have a $25 program, we don't get a whole lot of no's. You know, most of these people that have been looking at a business opportunity, and if they see one that's several hundreds of dollars, and they're looking at this for 25, it's a no-brainer. We get people that say yes, and it's duplicating like crazy. My personal team is growing by 50 to 200 people a day. But, Doc, I'm going to bring you into this slide because I'd like you to share with people how this can really change a normal person's life, you know, just showing them how to fill the first 7 levels.
Well, Dave, I love doing that part of it, and you know, it really is fun. And, folks, when you look at this, 3x10 refers to just what Dave said. There's 3 people on the first level, and then each level is 3 times bigger than the one before. So it's 3, 9, 27, et cetera. It's called a force matrix because even though you're at the top of this, you're the CEO of your own distribution network, and Dave's already covered how you can amortize or get back the entire cost of your business by simply enrolling 3 people within 7 days of your enrollment. Not only are you in a free business at that point, but you're also in profitability because, as you see on the screen here, you're going to earn $1 per person for those 3 people that are on your first level. And then as you help those 3 do the same thing, et cetera, you begin to build your matrix and earn money every month. Now, it's called a force matrix because the beautiful thing about our compensation plan and our business model is that you don't have to build out this whole matrix by yourself. This matrix is going to fill in by the combination of your efforts, your people that you invite and enroll in the company below you's efforts, and it's also going to be aided by the efforts of your sponsor and your sponsor's sponsor and the people above, because we're all in one giant matrix. And as everybody is producing, the computer places that newest enrollment into the next available slot in the matrix of that person. So it's really going to end up coming down where you start to see people show up in your business under you that you get paid on every month, and you may not have any idea where they came from. Now, there's a line under the 3rd level there, and there's a reason for that. The owners of My Fun Life, how many of you on the phone here have a little fear about recruiting or are reluctant to recruit or have never had any success in recruiting, and it kind of stalls you and stops you from succeeding in our industry, if not even getting started in our industry? Well, the owners of our company are well aware of that. And so what they have built into our marketing plan and our compensation plan is the ability for a person to have the luxury of time to find their 3 recruits. And so even if you don't recruit anyone, as your matrix fills in over time, you will get paid monthly $1 per person on everyone on your first 3 levels. And that can end up being $39 a month in residual income. Now, it's a reward for you paying your $25 membership each month, taking advantage of the savings available to you in the travel club and the rebates there. But you also are going to make your $25 back every month with a $14 profit. This is an extraordinary piece of the compensation plan, folks, and it explains why we have such a low dropout rate, such a high growth rate, and such an extraordinary retention rate. Now, why should you recruit? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is that as you go past those first 3, once you have those first 3, you actually get paid through 7 levels. So when you enroll 3 people personally, now you get paid on every person in your first 7 levels. And you can see, folks, down here on the 7th level, you earn $2 per person for that 2,000 plus people there. And you don't have to fill a whole level in before you get paid on it. However number of people are on that level, you get paid $1 or $2 for that person. Now, a 7-level matrix, when it fills in over time, and it will fill in over time, folks, will pay out a little over $5,000 a month in residual income to you. Now, what did you pay to get into business? $25 a month. How would you like to be exchanging $25 a month business cost for $5,500 a month in residual income? Well, folks, that literally is what is available to you through My Fun Life. Now, let's put this in perspective what the value of that 7 levels is. This is a statistic right out of the Department of Labor. The average family in America of 4 people with 2 earners where both spouses are working earns $50,502 a year. A statistic out of pizza.com, that average family also orders 2 pizzas a week. We love it. You know, we all know that 2 pizzas a week, dinner, is about $25 a week that they're spending on pizza for the family. Now, if those individuals simply make the decision to forego their 2 pizzas 1 week out of the month and take that $25 and put it into a business that can pay them $5,500 a month in income, that's going to net them $66,000 a year in additional income, folks. Do you realize what that will do for a person who is used to and living and getting by and having a living at $50,000? All of a sudden, we've doubled their income. That is an astronomical improvement in their quality of life. Now, there's other reasons why we should recruit. If we can go back to the Force Matrix page, Dave, I appreciate it. When you recruit 6 people, you get into, wait a minute, I'm sorry, let me, silver, gold, 10. When you recruit, you qualify. Once you do 20 personal enrollments, you become a Ruby. And a Ruby opens up your 8th level. I'll let you do that in the check match, Dave. But as you enroll more people, you do a couple of really great things for yourself. One of which is you open up the 8th level, the 9th level, and the 10th level, which opens you up for that approximately 77,000 more people to get paid on at $1 a piece. And as Dave's going to show us in our commission match or check match program, he's going to point out to you why there's a great deal of value in enrolling more than just your first 3 personals. Over to you, Dave.
All right, everybody. Check match is one of my favorite commissions. I think they're all my favorite commissions. But what's funny here is check match. Before I even get into this, here's how I like to explain this so you can get it in your head and understand it very easy. Imagine that you work in an office, and let's say you work with 20 people in that office, and on Friday, everybody gets paid. And you see everybody getting their envelope and their checks inside. Imagine this. Imagine if you got all the way up to 50% of every single person's check. Whatever they made, you got half of it, and it got added to your check. That would make your life a lot easier, wouldn't it? You'd be pretty excited about that. Well, in this business, this is really cool because after you sponsor 3, we start to give you a 10% match on whatever they make in the matrix. And then it goes to 20, 30, 40, and 50. And notice when you hit Sapphire, it opens up the 8th level. Ruby opens up the 9th level, and then Diamond opens up the 10th level. The 10th level alone has 59,000 positions that you can make $1 a piece on. So you could easily do that math there. But here's what's really fun about this. So far, I've recruited personally now as of a minute ago, 289 people so far. And I'm going to do some fun math. And I get a 50% check match on all those.
But, okay, I want to do some fun math. Let's just say 189 of them make zero, which is almost impossible in this pay plan. But let's say 189 of them make zero, and just 100 of them only make $250, which is not a whole lot of money, especially in our industry. And I'm earning 50% check match. You guys realize that math equals out to $12,500 in a month, not including what I've made in my own matrix. Now, what happens when we got guys, if you sponsored a guy like Doc Fran, and Doc Fran, let's say he's making $10,000 or $15,000 in his matrix a month. Wouldn't it be nice if you were making 50% of that? Because Doc is doing all the work. And what's really great about this pay plan is as you personally sponsor people, you know, we say we pay down 10 levels, but you could actually put a guy in that's on the 10th level, and guess what? He's getting paid through the next 10 levels, and if you're earning a 50% check match on him, you're essentially earning 50% on levels past level 10. So the thing, when you start to think about it, almost becomes infinite as the pay. And the more you start to do the math on this, the more you just won't sleep at night. And then we have my other favorite bonus, which is we call coded bonuses. Coded bonuses made a lot of millionaires in this industry. If you guys remember Excel Communications back in the day, Excel is huge. They were one of the first companies that had $1 billion, and the top guy in that company was actually earning $1 million a month on coded bonuses. What a coded bonus means is when you sign a person up, they're coded to you forever. And that means everybody that they sign up is coded to you in a line through infinity. So even though our comp plan says we pay 10 levels down in the matrix, we pay through infinity levels too on the coded bonus. So when you sign up your 4th, 5th, and 6th member, you're going to earn $5. When you sign up 7, 8, 9, 10, you're going to earn $8 on each of them, and 11 on 10. But here's where it gets good. As soon as they sign up, let's say you sign up Tom. Let's just say we're at the $10 level, and you sign up Tom, and you made $10 on Tom. Well, Tom signs up his first 3, Susie, Bobby, and Larry. Well, you made 10, 10, and 10 again. And then Susie goes out and signs up her first 3. You make 10, 10 again, and so on and so forth through infinity. So their first 3, and then their first 3, and then their first 3 to infinity. I've been at my desk sometimes where I've had 10 of these come in an hour. I've had sometimes a lot more than that come in throughout the day. Well, there's going to be a point. This matrix is growing so fast, everybody. There's going to be a point when you're coded. Probably, I mean, some people will be coded to 100, 200, 300 people a day. That could be $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a day on top of the matrix, on top of the check match. And what I love is these coded bonuses, they are paid out every single week like clockwork. So as your team starts to grow, and they start to grow, and they start to grow, every Friday you can't wait to get that email that says you just got paid. And it's very, very exciting to do that. And then our next bonus, we love this bonus because this bonus is really going to change the face of this company very, very fast in a very short amount of time. We offer a luxury car bonus to everybody who hits a certain rank. So when you hit Sapphire, which is our first rank, which is only 20 people, and there's certain volume requirements based on that, but when you hit it, we'll start paying you $400 a month, and you could go out and get whatever car you want. Now, what's really cool about our car program is you do not have to drive a Pepto-Bismol pink Cadillac. You do not have to drive a Mercedes or a Lexus or a BMW. You get to go out there because you earned it. It's your money. You actually get to go out there and pick a car that you want. You know, there might be some guys that want a big old pickup truck. Well, guess what, guys? You can have it. There's going to be people that love a Mercedes, but maybe one guy wants a silver one and another guy wants a red one. Well, guess what? With My Fun Life, we allow you, when you earn it, because it's your money and it's your bonus, to go out there and pick the car that you want, and we pay for it. Let me tell you, there's been a company out there that had a car program, and when they started posting pictures on social networks of all these people next to their cars, the company went crazy. Okay, they signed up so many people in that company because everybody wanted the car. Well, that being said, that company is $499 and around $100 some a month, if not more, in order for you to go out there and get car qualified. What do you think is going to happen when we are posting picture after picture after picture of people with all their free cars, their free luxury cars, And people found out that it only cost about as much as a pizza to get involved. How many people do you think are going to jump on this company and go crazy because they could get started for $25? I have been in this industry for 12 years, everybody. I have never, ever, ever seen a luxury car bonus in a business that only costs $25 to start. Never. Every car bonus I've ever seen is with companies that are several hundreds of dollars to start and very high auto ships with very high volume for you to get a car. We're $25 a month, show you how to get it free, save thousands of dollars on travel, and we could put a luxury car bonus, a luxury car in your driveway. Imagine skipping some Papa John's pizza or some Domino's or Pizza Hut and instead rolling down to the Mercedes dealer and driving away with that instead of 2 pies with some pepperoni. Okay? That's how powerful that is. Well, everybody else, listen to this. I know a lot of you that might be looking at this business right now and saying, Dave, Doc, I've been in businesses before. You know, I really haven't made money yet, or I'm brand new and I really don't know what to do. Well, I know how you feel. And, you know, the problem with a lot of these other businesses in this industry is kind of like they will take you to an airplane, an F-16 fighter jet, and put you in the cockpit and say, okay, have a good time, and walk away from you. Hope you know how to fly it. And that's bad. You know, even a job, most jobs actually sit you down when you start a job and show you at least what to do and give you the task you need to get done. But somehow in home-based business sometimes, you get involved in a home-based business and you get that pat on the back and a good luck. And that's why a lot of people haven't had the success that they're looking for. Well, you got myself, Doc Fran, and several multi-million-dollar earners that know how to make money in this industry. For us, it's like riding a bike. Okay, we've done it many times. We know what to do. So what we've done is we've put together a team-only training site. And the back office that we have is stellar and outstanding in this company. But we wanted to add an extra thing for our team. We wanted to show you techniques that really work. So we show you all kinds of marketing that will actually get people chasing you instead of you chasing them, which is a huge difference. And we throw this in as a bonus. As a matter of fact, we even have a way for you to email up to 75,000 people your first day in the business, and it costs you $0 to do it. That's just a bonus for getting on our team and joining the person that sent you over here to this webinar. So you're not alone in this business. Very much the opposite. We're a big team. We love training. We love support. We love showing success stories. As a matter of fact, everybody, the back office has a leaderboard that shows the top 20 leaders of the month. Over 30,000 reps in the company. And out of the top 20, over 11 people were on our personal team. Now, if that's not showing you that we know how to help you become successful, it's showing you that we know how to set the pace of the company, and you could plug into that, and that's exciting. Real quick, we're going to touch base on this. You know, I love this because this talks a lot about timing. You guys, if you guys can't see mobile apps, I'm just going to talk about mobile apps one more time for a second. I walked into Walgreens the other day to get some milk. And I looked at this thing, and it looked like an iPad, and I had to laugh. It was made by Polaroid, you know, the camera company. They're making a tablet, and they're all over the Walgreens store. Walgreens know, and all these other retailers know, that more tablets are going to be sold for Christmas this year than probably anything else. I mean, there's all these off-brands of tablets everywhere, Targets, Walmarts, you know. Everywhere you go, you see tablets, tablets, tablets. So guess what? Tablets do not run without apps. And if you guys, just by going out and doing Christmas shopping, can't tell that apps are huge because of all these tablets that are everywhere and all these smartphones are everywhere, I don't know what to tell you, okay, because that's exciting. And I'm just going to put it like this. You know, everybody used to go to Blockbuster. They were on every corner, every street of America. You walked in there to go get your movies and go home and rent them. Who would ever think that those would close? I never would think a Blockbuster would ever close. And you know what? There was someone that had the foresight to make a little red box, put DVDs in there, and put it outside of Walgreens and Walmarts and McDonald's. And then Netflix could actually say, well, why even leave your house? It's raining outside. Just rent it right here from your TV. Again, people that have foresight, that see something before it happens and take advantage of that, that's where the money's made. You know, hindsight is looking at something already successful like Redbox and say, oh, I could have invented that, but you're not making any money. You could have invented Netflix too, probably, but guess what? You're too late to the game. You're not making any money. Right now, mobile apps are where it's at, and you're ahead of the game for once. And if you have that foresight, you can see that you can make some money. Hey, Doc, why don't you hit on this slide here, the timing?
Yeah, Dave, and I love it. It's so true. You know, not only is there a time to enter into a trend, but there's a time when you have to understand that the trends are changing and you need to follow a trend. So we're going to touch on that. You know, I want to go back real quick to one thing. You know, it really is exciting to understand, and as those of you that have started to run your calculator and figure out just how much money you can make with this business model, it's wonderful to know that you can make those huge sums of money. But, you know, when we look at the reality that most people earn $4,000 a month or less, how reassuring is it? And the question that I have for those of us on the call is, if you knew that every month you had 5 checks coming in, being direct deposited into your bank account that totaled up to $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 or more, would that improve your financial condition? And I think every person on this phone, regardless of what your income level is, would have to say that you would enjoy that extra income and it would come in handy. So going on to timing, Dave, it's really true. You know, I mentioned that our owners have been formulating this company for up to 2 years now. We've been in pre-launch now for 5 months, and we're just about ready to launch the mobile app portion of the app. It is working, functional, usable, exciting, and paying us commissions on its internet basis right now, and it's going to be released on the smartphones in the very near future. And so we really are literally at this point in the business curve of any business. Now, every business goes through these curves if they're successful. You start out, you have formulation, you have small growth, then you reach a point where you get what's called critical mass here, and you go into affluence, which is a rapid increase in your incomes, et cetera, and then you plateau or level out, as you see here on this graph. Well, we literally are at this point where we're just ready to hit critical mass. We're starting to see, even in the last 3 weeks, Dave, I know you and I have talked a number of times in the last week about how the rate of growth is perceptibly increasing every day now for the last 3 weeks. So your timing is perfect, folks, from that standpoint. But I want to make one other point with this slide while it's still on the screen. If the only time that would have value to people is right now, where we have the grace of God and the good fortune that somebody alerted us to the availability of this company at this particular timing, and that was the only time that there was going to be extraordinary value for anybody in looking at My Fun Life. I'll tell you quite honestly, as great as I enjoy it, I would not be here and I would not be promoting this company, because that is the exact pattern of behavior that causes 98% of the companies to fail. They go through the first part of the curve and never experience any growth past that. The bloom's off the rose, everybody gets disenchanted and jumps ship and looks for something else. Well, back at the beginning of the call, folks, I hope you remember that I mentioned that we're going to have up to 10 apps over the next 5 to 7 to 10 years. And so imagine every time this growth curve gets repeated, it starts out at the plateau and goes up, folks. It becomes astronomical. The reality is that not only does that mean amazing value for us, since we're learning about it on the first growth curve, but it literally has extraordinary value for every person that comes into our company for the next 5 to 7 to 10 plus years. So it is, I mean, how amazing is it that we have a business model that will literally allow people to come in 6 years from now and go forward and earn even more money than people that have come in now. So that's a real sustainable business, folks. That is what is going to retire each and every one of us on this call with a very substantial and stable and life-sustaining income. Now, what do I do now? Well, you have 3 choices. You can look at the email that the person who cared enough about you to invite you to this webinar tonight. And at the bottom, you're going to find a link that says to join, click this link. And when you go there, you're going to find that you have 3 choices. We've talked about you can be a free member for $0 a month. And you put in your information, and you will have the availability of our Cha-Ching booking engine for free. And that's it. You don't get anything else. There's no commissions. There's no matrix pay, no replicated websites, any. You simply can book your trips and travel and save money. For $25 a month, you get everything that we've shown you here tonight on this, the extraordinary value, hundreds and thousands of dollars in savings, hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars in income that will accrue to us in the years to come for our $25 a month membership cost. You can pay a one-time annual $300 fee. That's 25 times 12. There's 2 advantages to this. One, actually 3. You don't have to worry about whether your credit card expired and you missed your $25 payment and you were on one of your cruises for a month or a trip for a month and you lost your $6,000 commission because your card wasn't able to be processed for your $25 membership fee. I don't think we would be happy campers at that point. Second thing is you get advanced to silver rank. Now you remember that silvers get paid 20% check match. So instead of having to recruit 6 people to go silver, you start getting paid 20% commission match on the matrix pay of everyone from your first person on. The third big benefit of this is for our European. This is a full international business. Our website can be read in 47 languages with the click of a button. The individuals overseas, a lot of times the transfer fees and international monetary exchange fees are more expensive than $25 a month. So they can make one-time payment, pay a one-time transfer fee, and amortize that fee over the entire year. So here's the simplistic stuff, guys. Get back to the person that invited you here. Get your questions answered if you have any. Let them know that you see the value in this as they did. Thank them for sending you here, and enroll with them and with us in our My Fun Life team. Now, Dave, scroll down a couple screens. I want to make the disclaimer, which is necessary. All of the incomes that we've shown you are absolutely real. They're obtainable, but they're not guarantees. They are simply used as illustrations or examples of the types of income that are possible. Your personal income, as all of you know from your experience in other companies, is going to be based on your personal efforts and the efforts of your team. But in summary, My Fun Life is fun. And we're having a lot of fun. We're helping people earn money. We're helping people have success many times for the first time that they've ever had success in their entire home-based business career. So the question that comes down to it is My Fun Life worth $25 a month to be involved in it? And my answer, no matter how I look at it from every angle, is yeah, it's worth it. So with that, I am Doc Fran, along with my partner, Dave Dubbs. We are your partners for success in My Fun Life. We appreciate you, and this officially ends our webinar. Good night, everybody. Good night, Dave.
Good night.